to you who are a fool, a corpse, a swallower of spit. It is for these reasons that the Buddha, although he had no attachment toward things, offered harsh words, but with the sole purpose of converting beings. F. Use of a stone bowl. The Buddha forbade the bhiksus to use 8 kinds of bowls. Bowls 1 to 4. Precious bowls of gold, silver, beryl and pearl. Since people covet precious things, since the latter are hard to find and because people are attached to them, the Buddha prohibits the keeping of these precious substances. He does not allow even touching that which is precious, and neither does he allow keeping it. If such a gift is made to the bhiksus, he allows them to realize their value, but not too expensive. Bowl 7. The wooden bowl. Since it retains grease and is not clean, the Buddha does not permit it to be kept. Bowls 5, 6, 8. The other 3 bowls, copper, tin and stone, do not have such disadvantages. Question. But the baked clay bowl and the iron bowl permitted by the Buddha also retain grease and are no different from the wooden bowl. Why does the Buddha allow them? Answer. If the baked clay bowl and the iron bowl are not steamed, the Buddha does not permit them either, for they should be steamed in order not to retain grease. As for the stone bowl, it is thick or thin. Then, it does not retain bad grease, and that is why the Buddha used it himself, but he does not allow the bhiksus to keep them because of their weight. A swallow of milk by the Buddha surpasses in power that of a myriad of perfumed white elephants. This is why the stone bowl does not seem heavy for him, but out of compassion for the bhiksus, he does not allow them to keep them. Question. But the assistants such as lo to mi-kia, siu-na-tcha-to-lo, na-kie-so-po-lo, a-nan, etc., who followed the Buddha, brought him his utensils. Why did the Buddha not have pity on them? Answer. If these assistants carried the Buddha's bowl, it was with the miraculous intervention of the Buddha. Besides, they honored and venerated the Buddha so highly that they did not find his bowl too heavy. And also, the physical strength of Ananda was great. Furthermore, the Buddha does not allow the use of stone bowls because fine ones are hard to find and because thick ones retain grease. The Buddha's bowl arose spontaneously on the 4 summits of the mountains on which the 4 kings of the gods dwell. But other people do not have these bowls that arise by themselves. To try to make one would be very difficult and very complicated. This is why the Buddha did not allow the bhiksus to have stone bowls but used one himself to distinguish himself from his disciples. In the same way that the king venerated by people uses special utensils himself. Seeing the Buddha use a special bowl, people's veneration and respect is increased and they develop pure faith. Question. If it is fitting for the Buddha's bowl to be special, why should his robe be the same as those of the other bhiksus? Answer. But the clothing of the Buddha is also different from that of others. Thus, when the Buddha attained Bodhi, he knew that Kasyap's robe should be worn by the Buddha, and Kasyap's robe was worth 10 myriad ounces of gold. Next, Javaka offered the Buddha a Chenmoken cotton robe also worth 10 myriad ounces of gold. The Buddha asked Ananda to take this robe away, cut it up and make a cloak out of it. This being done, the Buddha put it on and this outfit differed from all the rest. Question. However, it was following this event that the Buddha said to the bhiksus, starting from today, provided that a bhiksu mindfully seeks nirvana and turns his back on samsara, I allow him, if he so wishes, to wear a robe worth 10 myriad ounces of gold, and I also allow him to eat the food of 100 flavors. Therefore at the beginning his robe was different, and it was only later that he allowed the bhiksus to wear one similar to his. His bowl was unique of its type and he never allowed the bhiksus to have a similar one. Answer. Here we must repeat what has been said before in regard to the stone bowl. The Buddha did not receive this bowl from human hands. When he attained Bodhi and when mealtime came, he needed a utensil. Knowing the Buddha's mind, the 4 kings of the gods brought 4 bowls and offered them to him. Among the Buddhas of the 3 times, it has been customary to receive their bowl from the hands of the 4 kings of the gods. At that time, the community did not yet exist. How could the Buddha authorize a bowl to anyone? And if, later, after the beginning of the community, the Buddha had allowed the use of a fine stone bowl, nobody could have made one. Besides, in Jambudvipa, people do not like stone bowls, so nobody would have given him one. Besides, the Buddha advised the bhiksus to keep their own qualities secret. If the bhiksus received stone bowls, people would say that they had received them from the god realm or from the Nagas. If the bhiksus asked people to make them, the work would have been difficult. Furthermore, it might be feared that people would say that the bhiksus wanted to equal the Buddha. This is why the Buddha did not permit them. With regard to the garment, some say, in the very midst of the Samgha, the Buddha receives magnificent garments offered to him by the Dhanapatis, but he is the only one to wear them and does not allow the bhiksus to have any. This is why the Buddha allowed the bhiksus to have fine ones also. Moreover, the bhiksus did not wear these fine robes, given the rarity of benefactors so generous and the rarity of recipients so lucky. People do not give such fine clothing to impure bhiksus. As for the pure bhiksus, as they had few desires and were content with their lot, they did not wear those that had been given to them. It is to cut people's doubts that the Buddha allowed the bhiksus to wear fine robes. As for the stone bowls that they could not expect to receive, he did not allow them. Question. It is said in the Sutras, the Buddha, who has a diamond body, has no need of food. Then why did he keep a bowl? Answer. The Buddha Dharma consists of two paths. 1. The path of the Sravakas. 2. The path of the Buddha. In the Sravaka system, the Buddha conforms to human customs and needs food. In the Mahayana system, he resorts to skillful means to save beings. This is why he appears to eat, whereas in truth he does not eat. Question. What is this skillful means? Answer. Wishing to save people, the Buddha borrows the customs of humans. If he did not do this, people would take him for a non-human and would wonder why they follow his dharma. Moreover, there are people who find salvation in generosity. Out of respect for them, the Buddha accepts their offerings of food. Then these people say, the food I offer contributes to sustaining the body of the Buddha. Their mind becomes very joyful, and as a result of this joy, they welcome the Buddha's words with faith. It is like a great sovereign who is invited to dine by his ministers and subjects. The king has no need for it, but to win over his people, he eats enough so that they are made happy. For similar reasons, the Buddha takes nourishment. Question. If the Buddha does not eat, where is the food that he does accept? Answer. The workings of the Buddha are inconceivable. They should not be investigated. Furthermore, there are people who are saved when they find food for the Buddha. There are others who are saved when they hear his sounds, see his color, touch his body, or smell his smell. If they need the Buddha's food to be saved, the Buddha gives it to them. It is said in the Mitsi King Kong King, when the Buddha brings food to his mouth, there are devas seeking the Buddhist path who carry it to the 10 directions and distribute it.